You know, when you're freshly out of an art block, there's just one thing to really get your creative juices going: new art supplies. Hello, my lovely potatoes, and welcome back to a new video. Today, I decided to make a voiceover after a long time of not talking to you guys, so I thought you kind of want to listen to my voice again after this while. And yeah, I bought myself water mixable oils. Now you're probably going to wonder, how the heck does this work? Water mixable oils. Well, I tend to, when I try out new art supplies, do a lot of research because I want to know what I'm dealing with, and I want to know how to work with it properly without destroying the art supplies that I already own. So, as far as I know, there is a special resin in water mixable oils that makes it possible to thin out the paint itself with water instead of toxic, smelly paint thinners, which is the reason why I actually decided on using them, because I am not very much a painter that uses a lot of outdoors to paint, even though I have a little terrace here. Though I prefer to work inside, and I tend to not ventilate my room very much. But sometimes I have the door open, so it's not that bad. Don't worry. I sometimes open my terrace door and everything's fine. But yeah, I am not someone that lets a lot of air in, I guess. Yeah, maybe. So I was doing a lot of research because I wanted to know what I'm dealing with. And after that, I decided I have to try this out because I kind of liked how gouache is working, but it is drying way too quickly. And if you wet it again, it's just a mess to deal with. And with oil, I think the most accurate way to describe it, especially when it comes to blending, is that it's kind of like having a very smudgy digital brush, but no Control Z. Yeah, I guess that's very accurate, because I was really fighting in the end with those eyebrows. They were smudging all over the place. Which also takes me to my little problem. I don't know how to properly work with oils yet. This is pretty much my second attempt on doing anything with oils. My first one being right behind that, easel? Yeah, that's a table easel that I bought years ago. My first attempt was with normal oils, and you're going to laugh at this if you have been working with oils at all. I used canola oil. So yeah, on my first attempt of painting with oils at all, I used canola oil, also known as rapeseed oil. Yeah, because I had nothing else to use with oil paints. My biggest problem was that first I went to a local store, and that person was, let's just say, not very knowledgeable with art supplies in general. So it wasn't his main expertise, so I forgive him for selling me the wrong oil paints, because he had to call a colleague that was probably also confusing quite a lot of stuff. And since water mixable oils are already kind of the outliers of the oil paints, apparently. At least I know no one personally that uses water mixable oils to paint paintings, which is already interesting. I wanted to try that out. So I had to try out oil painting in general with stretching the paint with canola oil. I had a blast. It was kind of funny. But on the other hand, it was a bitch to clean those brushes. It was so hard to clean those brushes afterwards. But I managed to do that because the brushes that you see there, I also used them on that other oil painting that I posted before on Minds, and I guess on a few other platforms. Go to minds.com. Not sponsored, by the way. I mean, they're not sponsoring in general. That's a different thing. So yeah. Back to water mixables. Since I didn't quite know what to paint, I just did this fairly simple eye. And I had to figure out how these paints behave. So I think I have 1 or 2 brushes in Clip Studio Paint that kind of behave the same way. That if you press hard, which then means lots of paint, then it's also it also goes pretty thick on the canvas. So I can kind of understand how they work, but I still need to practice quite a lot to really get there where I want it to be, because I really like this medium. You can fuck up a lot and still paint over it, and it still looks pretty good. So I really want to improve with working with oils because it's a lot of fun. It's very interesting how they behave. Very similar to as I said, to gouache, which I also need to get a lot better with because currently I'm not happy with my traditional skills, especially when it comes to gouache. Watercolor I'm a bit more confident in. Gouache is okay. I could be a lot better. And oils, I'm an absolute noob. I don't know what I can do with oils yet. I know how a palette knife works up until now, but also just after experimenting a little bit. And yeah, I really want to get better at this. A very special thanks also goes to my mum, who kind of sponsored those paints after I was talking to her recently and told her what I was doing. So thanks, Mum, for that. And well, as you can see, I'm having fun with these. Even though I didn't do a masterpiece, that's something you shouldn't do with new art supplies. So here you can see my messy desk, and I really like those paints. After a lot of research, I like those paints. And if you like those paints too, let me know down in the comments. I hope I'll see you soon. Bye bye.